71% successful grant writer, Superior Shelby. I'm in a quiet space, so we're not going to be doing too much yelling, friend, okay? We have sophistication. If you are watching this live stream, that means you are interested in small business grant opportunities. And in today's live stream, we're actually going to go over a $1 million grant. And we're just going to have that conversation that needs to be had about being a serious business and what it looks like to put yourself out there as a serious business owner. So many of you all, matter of fact, 58% of you guys who are starting businesses believe that you need to have some type of small business funding, external funding like loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. But with grants, you don't have to worry about that. So come on into the Zoom. Come on into the live stream, friend. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information. And let's get into it. Let me see if I can lift you up, friend, okay? So we can be on the same accord. Hey, friend, where have you been? Good morning, everybody, wherever you are. I got me some hummus and chip dip. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Grants is my favorite topic, and I've been talking about grants for over 6 years on YouTube. I am a 10-year grant winner and a 71% successful grant writer. Well, I'm always eating something, man. I don't know. So what does that mean? That means out of 1,000 clients that I might get in 1 year, 71% of them get and win an actual grant. So if I can win a grant, you can do the same thing. I dedicate my time, my afternoons or your mornings, all the time, every day, daily, to educate you about grants and how you can win this grant money too. Okay. So it may be morning for you, but I'm here in Africa. Let me tell you something. Being a grant writer has allowed me to not only travel the world, but I've been able to win millions of dollars for nonprofit organizations, startups, small business owners, churches, private organizations, schools, and so much more. Millions of dollars. Just one of my clients, who was a woman entrepreneur, I helped her win $2.5 million. Yes, just recently. Okay, I did a YouTube short about how I won my client $150,000. Then I also did a YouTube short about how I helped my client win $750,000. Yes, friend, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So if I can win a grant, you can do the same thing. Now, the only thing that I do when I am, doing these, writing grants for you guys is I'm simply making sure that you all are represented on these applications as a serious business owner. Now, they got free money that they're willing to give out, but you have to be serious. Imagine going for a grant, and then you have your neighbor or your friend who's, your friend or neighbor is not really that serious about starting their own food truck or whatever they've been saying for the last 5 years, right? But you have actually started your business, you've invested into your LLC, you've invested into your website, you have a business bank account, and you're actually generating revenue. Imagine both of y'all going for a $100,000 opportunity and they give it to your friend who is not serious. Just for your friend to take that 100K and just spend it and blow it on clothes, shoes, and vacations. My point exactly. So grants don't work like, oh, we're just going to simply give you the money because you beat the algorithm or you have this certain credit score. No, that's not how it works. They are going to ask strategic questions to narrow down to the best entrepreneur, to the person who is really serious and has a clear identifier that they know exactly what they will do with the grant opportunity. And that's you. Okay. You've been telling all your friends and family and coworkers how you want to start this business. And if you just had $100,000, 200,000 or 400,000 or whatever have you, that you will be able to start your business and provide a good business mission, right? Or whatever your business mission is, right? Exactly. So why not give yourself a chance at winning grant opportunities instead of putting yourself in debt like with loans, lines of credit, and credit cards? So hey everybody, welcome in. Thank you. Who we got in here? Hey Michelle. Michelle was like, I need the ID for consultation. Oh, so I live in Africa, but we can have a virtual consultation. All of my consultations, let me tell you, that's what I was getting to. If grant writing, right? If grant winning wasn't a thing, like if it was a scam and if it wasn't a real business, if it wasn't a real thing, I wouldn't have been able to win millions of dollars for my clients. But really, for real, you all wouldn't have been able to see the actual proof, physical proof. You go through all of my social media videos. You can see how many countries and continents I've lived in. You can see what I've actually done. I keep it all on social media just so you could track it. I don't delete nothing. Okay. If this was not a real thing, if this business wasn't a real business, if I wasn't actually good at what I do, I would not be in Africa helping African countries and governments develop their own grant program. What does that mean? For example, Kenya, the country Kenya, might want to develop, like, do some sort of infrastructure development, right? They might want to do like a city park or something. I don't know. Well, that particular individual or that company that wants to develop that city park or plaza or whatever have you needs grant funding to be able to do that. And they want to be able to access grant funding from the government. Here's where I come in. I developed that grant program for Kenya so they can say, hey, here is a full grant program you can apply to. And what we need you to do is provide us with documentation that will show us your plan and that you can consistently upload to let us know what you're doing in every phase of your development. Yeah. So this goes beyond just $10,000, $20,000, $15,000 grant opportunities, man. We're talking about big money over here. Okay. I'm a global grant writer. I have clients in the UK, right? And I also here in Africa, and then obviously there in the United States because my home base is in Miami. I said all that to say that if I physically, some of y'all been following me for years. You've been subscribed to my channel for years, okay? I've been having this dedicated YouTube channel talking about grants and small business development for 6 years. So if you have been seeing me literally grow emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially, what makes you think you can't do the same? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Have I not given you enough motivation? Cool. Sometimes I understand I gotta be the big sister and I gotta talk, I gotta, get a little aggressive with you. Just like how I did yesterday. Tough love. But I can't do that all the time. Eventually, you're going to have to take the information I'm giving you, the free game I'm giving you, and you're going to have to apply it to your life. The game is free. The hustle is sold separately. And the hustle is within you, friend. Simply by you having the idea of starting the business that you want to start or getting into the market industry that you want to get into, that is already proof enough that you have the necessary skills and tools within yourself to be able to do it. You just need to know how to access it. And that's fine. That's why I offer one-on-one $50 consultations with my small business development coaching. Not only do we talk about grants that's perfect for you, but we just also talk about what are those execution steps? What is the to-do list? What do you need the steps you need to take in order for you to get to that next level and to keep scaling, to keep climbing that ladder? Yes, it is a ladder of success. It's not a escalator, one of those escalators that you just stand on at the airport. No, that's not how this works. Okay. So you got to put in the work, okay? So I'm here to help you out, friend. So this grant that we're going to go over, this $1 million grant opportunity, I've already went over it once before, a lot of times actually, but we're going to go over it again for those who are new, right? My new subscribers, we love y'all, okay? And the purpose of us going through the steps for this $1 million grant opportunity, whether you are in favor of it or not, is so that way you can have an understanding of what these grants are looking for and how you need to be properly prepared, and why I'm always saying that you need to have the 3 things that I'm always talking about, okay? So before I get into it, keep in mind that grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. So there's no credit checks and there's no personal information needed, okay? So you don't have to provide your ID, no social security number, no bank statements. You don't have to worry about providing your address. You also don't have to worry about nobody asking you to log into your personal debit account to see if you can pay anything back. Grants, you don't have to pay back. Imagine getting $100,000, even 500K. I've gotten millions of dollars from my clients, and you don't have to pay it back. All free money. And all you're doing is just simply using the money towards your business mission. Hiring people, getting supplies and equipment, opening up a physical location, finally producing on your products that you want to sell, or tightening up your education so you can provide a good service. Yeah, that's what grants do, boo. Mhm. So, mm, I got my hummus, okay? I got my V mojito and some fresh chips, okay? So we're gonna get down to this lesson. hmm I'm also gonna give you guys a chance at asking me questions. You know what I mean? Towards the end, so you can always ask me questions, okay? Okay. I put the link in the chat to what we are to the grant that we're going over. So make sure you not the chat, but the description. So you can go into the description now, and you can be able to access the link. Hold on, y'all. I'm just making sure I'm in here in the chat. Famous Dad said, I didn't know that. Very informative. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome into the chat, friend. Michelle, do you want to book a $50 consultations? Are you ready to move forward right now? The $50 consultation is a 45-minute one-on-one Zoom call. You just tell me everything about your idea. I break it down, organize it for you, give you the steps, and I also tell you the grants that are available for you and how I can help. So if you want the link, I'll put the link in the chat. Okay. The link is also in the description too. It might be easier for you to access it there. And the steps on how you can book the $50 payment. Okay. So I'll put the link here in the chat, but like I said, it might be clickable and tappable if you tappable, yes. Clickable and tappable if you okay, she said I have it, I'm booking it now. Okay, cool. I'll still put the link here in the chat for anybody who wants to know. I have a dedicated website that has video testimonials of my clients, previous clients that I worked with. And all kinds of like all of my services, how much it costs and stuff like that. So all of that is on my website. By me being a 10-year entrepreneur, I better have a website. This is like my 5th website out of 10 years. Of every 2 years I change my site. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but yeah, I changed my website. Like before it was purple and blue. Now we just strictly blue and white. Next year, I don't know. And I've had this one for going on 2 years. So next year I'll be changing it. So next year, I don't know, we might be into purple, white, and blue. We might be changing the colors, the whole entire brand. Okay. That's my personal brand business preference. While the S, the Superior Solutions S, will continue to be what it is. All right. This is a logo. This was designed. I paid for this. This is mine. So it might just change colors. It might be gold one year. It might be purple. You know what I mean? So, but I keep the website active and everything like that because, you guys need a website. Google needs a website. So it's important for you to have a website, especially living in this digital age. Okay, cool. Hey, how are you? Yema Ocean. Gary said, I know you're real. Yeah, sometimes you're, hey, Janice. Sometimes you got to tell them. You know what I mean? First 15 minutes in the live stream, I just want to let you know that we are always having a really good conversation on our live streams. And if you are watching this live stream, okay, after I have recorded it, then I want to say thank you so much for watching this far into the live stream. And I also want to say that make sure you join us every day, 9 a.m. Eastern Time or 3 p.m. West African Time. So that way you won't miss out on the conversation. And any questions that you might have, you have the ability and the safe space to be able to drop your questions in the chat. Even so, I would love for you to drop a comment for me. That way I can answer your frequently asked question or answer your questions and concerns in our next live stream. Okay. We do these live streams every day except for Sundays. Sundays are really for my members. And yeah, okay. So I just wanted to make that public service announcement. But thank you so much for watching to this end. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Everybody else who's joining me right now, okay, we coming up in numbers. Make sure you like the live stream so the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information to all the startups and small business owners who want to know about grants, okay? All right, so grants, free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information. Got it? You don't have to give your ID, you don't have to give your bank account statements, don't have to give your social security number. Good. Now, grants is not hard to win. All right. The other day we went over my article, The Dark Side of Grants, and we talked about the 5 reasons why most startups and small business owners don't go for grant opportunities. Let me tell you, you are worthy of a win. You are worthy. You are worthy. Okay. Don't be sitting up here telling yourself, oh, because I don't have my LLC, or because I don't have a business plan, or because I don't know how much money I want to make. I just know I want to do it. Book a one-on-one consultation that's just $50 so you can have the clarity and reassurance you need to properly prepare and position and professionally, have a professional look about yourself when you are applying to funding. Of course, when you're going for funding, they're going to ask you, how much do you want? Why do you want it? Why are you deserving of it? You must have that confidence in yourself that, yeah, I deserve it, because if I get the $100,000, I'll be able to hire people. If I get the $100,000, I'll be able to, increase my skill, and I'll be able to provide a service much better than all of my top 3 competitors that I named in my business plan. If I had $100,000, and I'll be able to provide a service that's so robust and so streamlined and so, professional and such high value and care, that I will have more than enough people wanting me to open up another spot. If I had the $100,000, I'll be able to feed as many people as possible. If I had the $100,000, I'll be able to put it towards helping the homeless, providing them with a safe space that they can go to, take a shower, and they'll be able to change their lives and have a space to actually think. If I had $100,000, I'll be able to change the lives of the youth, being able to provide them with skills, trades, and helping them with understanding how to code or how to get into cybersecurity. So by the time they hit 2021, cybersecurity and all of these tech jobs that will be available, they will be properly and professionally prepared for them. See, if you want to do this, friend, if you really want to do this, you are worth it, okay? All you have to do is simply express it. And that's one of the top reasons why most startups and small business owners don't go for grants. While 46 or 47% of y'all, out of the 58% that go for external funding when you start a LLC, 46% of y'all are actually starting to Google grants, and that is increasing by 30% every year. So I'm happy that I'm a part of that movement of creating awareness about what grants are and how to use them. But you need to be prepared, okay? Grants is not 100% guarantee that you'll win, but it's worth applying. Imagine being able to apply to a $100,000 grant, and even if you don't win, they'll still give you 12 weeks of like virtual training with a person who's already making millions of dollars in your industry, which allows you the safe space to be able to say, how much money, how did you get there? And how can I get there? You know what I mean? Also, they'll give you perks and deals that you would have never gotten if you would have never applied to it. Like, let's say $1,500 or $1,000 in Google ad credit, which is ad marketing credit that you can use to be able to promote your business through Google, which means when somebody says, I don't know, barbecue pit near me, or cleaning service near me, or assisted living, the best assisted living in Tampa, Florida, you should be the top 5 that comes up, if not number 1. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you would have never been able to get those marketing perks and deals that you want to help you out with developing or help you out with executing your marketing strategy if you would have never applied to the grant. Sometimes applying to the grant is not always about winning the money. Sometimes it's about winning the network, winning the trust, and just gaining the opportunity of getting whatever comes with just simply submitting the application. So you're not wasting your time, friend. You need to go for these grants, okay? And even though we know that there's no 100% guarantee, think of it like this. And I gave you this analogy the other day. The person that goes into the corner store, gas station, or your local liquor store and buys a scratch off or a lotto ticket or put in parlays every day has a higher chance at winning on one of those scratch offs, lotto tickets, or parlays they put in, simply because they are doing it at a consistent every day. They're giving themselves the chance at winning free money every day. So if that person who may be homeless, a low income, a drunk, or whatever you are calling him, and you are judging him. You shouldn't be judging him, but whatever you're saying about that person, trust and believe they have a higher chance at winning it. When you don't see them no more, that's when you need to say, yup, 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 they don't want. They don't want on one of them scratch off. Took them about 10 years, but they got it. You know what I mean? So, very important that you have that type of push and drive and aggressiveness. And why put yourself through so many business credit and personal credit inquiries with applying to over 40 different loans through one website like Cabbage or Lending Tree? And you got all these inquiries, which is driving your credit score down to the ground after you done tried so hard to try to bring it up to even just the 620s and better. You understand? Just for you to have to go back to 590, 580, or the like 600s. No, continue on your credit building journey personally for yourself, but go for this free money that's available to you. Now, to be properly prepared for this free money, you need to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. The business plan is going to serve as the answer key. So these grant questions are going to be like, what type of business do you have? Who are your clients? What is your business mission? What is your business income goals? How would you use this funding? You understand? So you need to have a business plan. A pitch deck is pretty much the PowerPoint presentation version of that. You ever been into one of those free classes that you sign up from like Instagram where they're like, okay, join my free class on Friday or Sunday and comment down below free and I'll send you the link to your inbox. Okay, and then once you sign up in the link in the inbox, right? Then you join the class. And then once you join the class, then they're like, okay, they're showing you all these slides and they're giving you all of this education. And then towards the end, they give you the contact information, or you can simply sign up or buy their course or whatever have you. That entire class, even though they're giving you free game and the information you need, the basics on how to get into that industry, that is still a pitch. And you need to do the same thing, friend. Now, mind you, I'm not saying free classes so you can sell a course. I'm not saying do that. But I'm saying you need to have a pitch deck for when you are going for investment opportunities, when you're going for grants, when you are going for this free money that you deserve to have in your business bank account so you can have some sort of business safety net to start building from somewhere. Yes, the pitch deck should have all of the key indicating factors that your business plan will have. Things like, about your company, what's your service and product, what's your business mission, who is your target client, what is your target client's problem, what is the solution you're providing to your target client, who are your top 3 competitors, what differentiates you from your top 3 competitors, what is your funding goal, break down in phases or in a timeline on how you would use or how you would use the funding requested amount, and then provide us with some contact information so we can reach out to you to let you know whether or not you are selected for the opportunity or whatever have you. You know what I mean? Or so we can shop with you. So it's the same exact vibe. A pitch deck is nothing but a PowerPoint presentation that you need to have properly prepared. So if you are in the process of winning that grant, they are going to send an email and they're going to say, hey, we would love to get on a Zoom call. We would love to further this conversation. We would love to learn more about your idea. We would love to learn more about the product and service that you or your business that you're currently operating. How about let's hop on a Zoom call? When you get that business meeting or Google Meet invitation, you need to have the pitch deck ready to go so you can go through your slides and you can have that visual piece of showing them that you know what you're talking about and you know exactly how you would use this money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Frank? Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, and the 3-minute pitch video is simply the video content piece you need. It's that visual appealing piece. You can have some B-roll footage in there. B-roll is background rolling footage. So it's like visuals and videos of other people showing and like pretty much showing the what you're doing, right? And what your business is about and stuff. It's just like that visual piece. But the pitch video really needs to be compassionate. It needs to talk about why you got into this market, what your overall business mission is, and how you will be impactful to your clients and how you will be impactful to them. You understand? Hey Robert, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I do have I'm going to show you guys really quick because I do have a consultation in 5 minutes. So let me show you the grant really quick until we get to the consultation. Then if I don't get to finish up, then, while I'm on a consultation, then that's fine. We're going to ask if the client is okay with me being on live and being on a consultation. Okay. Mm-hmm. I put the link in the description. Like I said, I went over this one time before. So let me show y'all. What's the best way for me to do this? Remove everything out of the way frame. let's make sure we are. Okay, let me know. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me. Can you all hear me now? Yeah? Breaking says yeah. All good? Okay. I just need to take it out and put it back in. Okay, cool. So while we're waiting on my client, so what I was saying was the consultation I had yesterday, she has been her and her friend from work that they worked at this space for 20 years. They will always like hang out and um talk about how having this idea would, or doing this idea, or starting this business and doing their own thing and leaving the company would be a great idea. So they decided to book a consultation with me yesterday. Actually, her partner saw me on YouTube and was like, you know what? You should book a consultation with this lady. She does grants, and I think that she will give you reassurance or give you understanding of what it's like to get a grant. Because maybe we should get a grant instead of going for loans and putting ourselves in debt. And also the money we using right now, we are paying bills. Okay, so we need to try to get a grant so we can get this thing started. So she booked a consultation. We had a conversation yesterday. Such a lovely woman of faith, and I broke down everything for her. Now the idea, her and her friend, they just been talking about it, right? But when I explain it to her, and I'll explain it to you, this to you guys. If you are just talking about it, there's a difference between a wantrepreneur and an entrepreneur. A wantrepreneur is a person who has been consistently talking about this idea or this business that they want to start for the last 5 years, since 2020, since COVID. And now we are 5 years later, and you still have yet to sacrifice some of your money, work extra hours, or sell plates, or clean houses on the side, just for you to have the necessary means and money to purchase the LLC, get the business bank account, which is free, and get the EIN, which is free. Open up the business website, which only costs you $40, and then you can allow GoDaddy to, use the AI to generate one for you. Right? So if you haven't really prioritized, this is why I say this all the time. If you have not prioritized the idea, then you just want to do it, but you are not an entrepreneur at this moment. An entrepreneur, the E stands for execution. An entrepreneur is a person who execute on the idea. As soon as the idea comes up, they already purchasing an LLC, or they're already looking at the best way that they can raise the money to be able to purchase the LLC. That's a resourceful person. That's a go-getter. That's a person of perseverance. That's a person who's ready to go for it and give it a try, who has high faith. You have to be that same person. Okay, so if you've been telling yourself all this time, oh, I got an LLC, I've had an LLC since 2020, having an LLC is not enough. Having an EIN is not enough. Having a business bank account is not even enough. Having an Instagram or anything like that is not enough. Why y'all keep saying I'm on mute? Is it really still on mute? Let me know. It keeps going out. This is not fair. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, we had one person say that I was okay, good. So I explained to the woman, and I know that she's like over 50 years old, but I don't judge nobody by age, okay? You can start a business at any age, you know what I mean, and it can work out for you. But I told her, I said, hey, when you're going for grants, for number one, there's most of these grants are not going to give you the money for you to be able to purchase your LLC unless you go for like that one-time grant that usually comes around, which is like the honeycomb credit grant or the LegalZoom grant that comes around November. So if they decide to do it, you understand, there's no guarantee that they'll do it. And I explained to her, while there are startup grants where you don't need to have an LLC, because yes, you can go for a grant where you don't have an LLC, but your chances of having more opportunities are low. hmm Like you won't have so many grants that you can go for. Like if you have your business foundations put together, you'll have way more grant opportunities that you can go for. Not even just grants, but loans, lines of credit, credit cards, investment capital, accelerators, sponsorships. The reason being is because once you purchase your LLC EIN, you get your business bank account, you open up a website, you have already invested time and money in your efforts, and it shows that you're serious about your idea. You understand? So I gave her, I explained it to her. I said, while it's great, right? While it is great that you guys have a great idea, the grantors will only give you money if you are serious. And you have to show that you're serious by having a partnership agreement, right? If you're going to do this with your friend, is it 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20? Like, what is this? Y'all need to have a partnership agreement. You know, that shows that you're serious. So in 2025, especially since 2020 with all of this PPP fraud and all that stuff, let me tell you something. I'm from Miami, right? So I know about this stuff. People was purchasing LLCs just so they can do PPP fraud. And you have people that purchase multiple LLCs and they got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars just for purchasing the LLC and saying they have a business that has been affected by COVID. This is why having an LLC is no longer the oh, okay, you're like, it doesn't show seriousness anymore because of that time. Yeah. Yep. People was buying old LLCs, reactivating old LLCs. So having a LLC or a business registration, that's not enough because PPP actually messed that up. Before COVID, it was like, okay, you purchase your LLC, okay, you might be serious about this. But once COVID happened and people was willing to invest some $100, $200, and they knew that they was gonna get 200K, sleep. That went out the window. And now you have all of this PPP fraud that people are still going to prison for. So that time actually killed that whole idea of, oh, if I have in my LLC, then I'm showing I'm serious. No, they've upped the score now. Since y'all can purchase these LLCs and prioritize them, then looks like you can do this at any time, especially when we're going through a global crisis. You don't think like the IRS, they don't have records of how many, but matter of fact, 2020 they have record breaking numbers of how many startups was developed during that time. Record breaking numbers. When you register your company, it goes directly to your state. They got all them numbers. So even if you had somebody who was sitting at their house purchasing LLCs, they probably purchased like 10 to 20 LLCs just so they can get 200K a piece because they knew the PPP fraud play, right? All of those businesses that they developed, it all went to the states. You understand? And so now it shows that 2020 was the record breaking highest number of startups coming out of nowhere. So now that we see in a global crisis, in an economic global crisis, that y'all can, you saying, oh, it's hard to get startup funds, but 2020 just really proved that it wasn't hard for you. This is how they go by those numbers. They go by that. While everybody has their own individual challenges, you could be resourceful. Welcome to entrepreneurship. So I'm saying that because that's literally how they look at it. And having an LLC, an EIN, which is free, open up a bank account, which is free, and having a business website, which can cost you not even over $300, okay? All of those things are the basic foundational things that you need to have done to actually show that you are invested into this. And then, consistently developing in the skill. You don't know what your journey is like. So taking the time out to developing the skill and telling those what you've learned, that is what's going to help you out. So if you are opening up and starting your own electrician company, and say that you have your license as an electrician and you've possibly been an electrician for at least the last 5 years yourself, working for another company. Now you're starting your own company and you're providing the services. Well, if you decide you want to do content about the best ways to save energy, which wires you should cut if you were in any type of, weather disaster, all of that type of, safety information that you have learned in your skill development or just being out in the field, you can always put that as content and you'll develop trust with other people and people will look to you to be your electrician person, even if you are not in their state or city, right? So skill development is very important for sure. For sure. All right, I don't know where this client is at. She is about, in 5 minutes, she'll be 15 minutes late. I give a 15-minute grace period. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out the Zoom and I'm going to reach out to her and say, hey, um, so yeah, although I would have used that money to shake my head, I should have did it. I probably would have been rich right now. No, you probably would have been in jail by now. They played with that money. Well, a lot of people did. Yeah, I'm sad I didn't go for it. No, don't be sad. You probably would have been in jail if you didn't have an actual operating business. And to believe it or not, a lot of businesses that was well deserving of getting that money that actually suffered, they didn't get a chance to get it. So that sucks. Mm. Okay, so I need to text our person because we're like, where is she? All right, so we ended the Zoom call. Cool. Okay, that's fine. All right, so sometimes that happens. Y'all make sure you book consultations only on the time and the dates that you have available. I know things come up, so you do have the option to reschedule, but still, it doesn't look good when you don't prioritize it, okay? Unless you had a family emergency. But even if so, you always have my number and my information in the confirmation email. So it's best that you reach out to me if you are going through a personal situation and you're like, hey, I'm going to have to reschedule because, I have something that I personally need to do. Okay. What is going on here? She said she waiting on the call. What are we talking about? It's a Zoom call. Looks like we have somebody who doesn't know how to work Zoom. In 2025, right? After 2020, you guys should know how to work Zoom. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Um, I'm just trying to figure out. I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm like, in 2020, Zoom went crazy. I don't understand. What questions do I have? So all I need is an LLC, EIN, bank account, and a DUNS number. I don't know where the DUNS number come from. A DUNS number don't have nothing to do with grants. But you can have one if you want to build business credit. That's not my field. And I don't talk about business credit anymore. I hate that. hmm I have a full checklist on what you need to have. It should be, the link is in the description. It's a spreadsheet. Let's see what our friend said, because she just texted me back. It's I'm gonna make this clear as well. I don't take hey Michelle, okay, I see you booked your appointment. I don't take phone calls because I live in Africa. You know how much I gotta pay per minute? Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, the checklist should be in. Let me double check. It should be in the description. Let me make sure it's there for you. Grant videos, how it's filled, Fluco. No, it's not. I'll put it in there. Yeah, if you call me, I'm not gonna answer. Automatically, you'll go to voicemail because y'all like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. That's not a global mobile network. Yeah, y'all should travel more. I reply, but I don't know what happened. I reply to what? Do you have the Zoom link? I don't even understand what this person is saying. I'm confused. Okay. I'm restarting the Zoom. I don't know what's going on. I'll put the link to the thing in the description. Let me find it. Business checklist. Mm, Yeah, here we go. Business setup list. I created this in February. I put the link in the description. Please make sure that you make a copy of it yourself, so won't nobody else see your notations in there. All right, business setup list. Put the link in the chat. Okay, there you go. Hey, good morning for you. Good afternoon for me. All right, y'all. So we in this Zoom call, right? And I don't know where this person is. I genuinely don't know. I'm like, are you okay? Like, let's text this person and ask them, like, do you actually have? Because I asked her, do you have a Zoom link? And I said, I'll join you. I let her know that I'm on YouTube Live, but I'll join you. What? Like, what? Are you? We are waiting on this client. We have to give patience. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hey, how's it going? If you're on your phone, you want to click on the, I think it's the first option. I forgot. It depends on which phone you have. But we're going to move with patience and grace. Okay, now you have to unmute. We're going to move with patience and grace. Yay. Welcome in. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Now you have to unmute. Perfect. So, as you know, I'm on YouTube Live, but I wanted to first, before we move forward, ask for your permission if it's okay that I continue with my live stream so they can get an understanding of how our consultations go. I won't say your name or anything like that, right? Unless you want to promote your business, that'll be cool. But I would like to know if I have your permission. If not, then I'll end the live stream and then we can move forward with our meeting.
That's fine.
It's fine. Okay, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm blessed to be here. Okay, most people find me on YouTube, and I'm a grant writer, a global grant writer, and a 10-year entrepreneur. So I love talking about grants, right? I've helped businesses get out of debt with winning grants, and even myself, I've traveled the world and talked about grants and helped other big organizations and countries develop their own grant programs. So you can tell me how I can help you out today.
So I'm looking for grants. I opened a juice bar about 2.5 years ago, but because I have to be borrowing money, like personal grants and stuff like that, in order for me to open up the juice bar, it's actually eventually catching up to me. But now they're asking me, different people, to expand to different parts of the city. And then another business just asked me to partner with them so we can go to a different city. It's about 4 hours away from where I live. And it's a very big city, but I honestly don't have the funds, and so I was hoping you could help me get the funds so I can expand.
Okay, that is absolutely awesome. Expansion is so, like, that's so great. That's just reassurance and clarity and letting you know that your juice bar and the products that you provide is really good. So, congratulations on your expansion. That's really good.
Thank you. It's kind of scary, but you know, I think I'll be okay.
Well, friend, you
It's a
will
good
be a-okay, okay? Scare money don't make no money, okay? You can't be
right?
afraid to make millions of dollars, okay? You think Jeff Bezos was scared to make all these hundreds of millions he's making? Absolutely. He feel like he was born for this. You got to operate with the same energy. So,
No, I think
your partners, let's talk a little bit more about that, and then I'll get into grants and how I can help you. So,
okay.
the partnership, right? In most cases, when people say we want to collaborate or partner with you, they are bringing something to the table as well. So, are they bringing anything to help you in the funding, on the funding side? So, are they investing alongside with you? Are they bringing,
No.
collaborating in a marketing way? Like, what value are they bringing?
He just came up to me. He loves our juices, and he thinks we have a great product. But he already owns it's called Simply Fresh. So this is I guess he does like healthy meals,
Mm-hmm.
and he sells it out of his store.
Mm-hmm.
But he expanded to about a 3.5 hours away. He opened up another one, and so he just wanted me to sell the juices at his establishment and transfer them over to about, like you said, the other restaurant he opened in another city.
Okay,
But
so I'm
at
sorry.
this point, I don't see any cooperation. I just think he just wants us to do juices. So the health department where I live,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of, a little bit weird. And so I called and they said that I would need to use his commercial kitchen in order for me to sell the juices there. I cannot just bottle them up and sell them to him.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, that makes sense for considering the health department. That's just their regulations, just by keeping everything in house and keeping everything safe, as far as in hygiene. Makes a lot of
Mhm.
sense. Also, allows your juices to be fresher, and especially if you're making it in a commercial kitchen, you can possibly produce more. So that's cool. So, um, did you guys already talk about percentages of what you would get based on, like, you know, selling your products out of his physical location?
No, we really haven't. He just came up to me on, I think it was Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and he just said, "You know what? What does it take for you to sell your juices like yesterday at my shop?" And I'm like, "Wow, that was I was in my mind." But
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, I don't know." He just asked me, "Well, how much would you sell the juices to me?
Mm-hmm.
If even if you were to do it in my shop?" And I
Mm-hmm.
said, "I don't know." And I said, "I need to figure that margin." I said, "But you know."
Okay.
We haven't really got into detail just because we are still trying to figure out the health department, how we are going to do that.
Well, if
Um,
he has the space,
he has a space, but I do need funding to get a bigger equipment because the shop that I have now,
mm-hmm.
our juice is gone every day, so there's no way I can take the equipment that I have now at my juice bar and transfer it over to his place to do juices. So I definitely need to buy equipment.
I understand that. Is there a way that you can kind of do like a pilot? So essentially, the pilot will be, you would provide him with, let's say, a case of juices of each of the different types of juices that you provide. And you would produce them how you usually produce them. Right now, it's going to be on the low. Now you provide these the cases of juices, and if they sell, not even if, when they sell, and it shows that the customers are like asking of them after they all sell out or they sell out quickly, then he might be motivated to actually help you with investing into that equipment that you need. Considering now he's already put it on the menu, his top customers that probably come in there every day after they're working out or whatever, or once a week, now want these juices because it sparks them up for their workout. So now it's like, dang, like, his customers are going to be like, well, what happened to the carrot juice that, the good ginger pineapple juice that was coming in here getting every morning? You mean to tell me you stopped selling that? Ain't no way you stopped selling that. So then
Yeah.
he's going to see that there's a demand for it because your juices are so good. And then so he's going to be motivated to actually like help you alongside with getting that equipment. So I'm just throwing that out there as an idea. I think you should definitely do a pilot first. Do this kind of thing like under the table to give you and him reassurance on whether or not these juices would actually sell in his particular locations. Because you don't want to invest so much of your time, energy, and money, even if it is grants and you win, like let's say a $200,000 grant. You don't want to invest that money into that equipment to primarily be in his commercial kitchen and say it doesn't sell well or it's not producing as you want it to. So let's do a pilot first to let us know that, hey, these customers and these people that are coming in, there's an actual demand for this in his particular location, and then it will motivate us more to go for it.
I mean, Shabby, I honestly think that the justice will hit just because
Mhm.
he sells over, I want to say about maybe 500 meals a day.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm thinking it will. Sorry
Yeah,
about
no
that.
problem.
That they will hit, and then not only that, he distributes to a nearby place, and he
Mhm.
does 2,000 meals
Okay.
on Mondays. So
Mhm.
I think it'll be great.
Mhm.
And I understand the pilot.
Mhm.
However, the machinery or the machines that I need,
Mhm.
I can always open up a second location if that doesn't work.
Good to know. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't know. So really good to know. Okay, awesome. So, do you know how much this equipment is and what your funding requested amount is?
Um, no. So
It's fine.
in when I opened up my juice bar, it was about 2.5 years ago. I basically spent about $100,000
Hmm.
just trying to open an equipment because I had to start from scratch,
Right.
rent out a space, and
Hmm.
it was just a crazy thing. I couldn't open up for 8 months because the city wouldn't allow me to open because the building was not up to date. So I had to get all this stuff involved.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm sitting at 100,000.
I understand. Well, before you go for grants, which your type of business is actually perfect for grants, before you go for grants, you need to have what that funding requested amount will look like. Um, Ask him if he like, do you have to rent out his kitchen, like, or can you just simply bring your machines in and just produce? Like, ask him what that looks like, so you can also have a quote. But since you have your own space, because technically, so why do I wonder why the health department? Because if you have your own juice bar, it's actually weird that you can't produce in your own space and then deliver it to him.
I can't. I already tried it. There is other people trying to do the same thing that they wanted me to bring in to their juice or to their gym,
Mm-hmm.
and the city will not allow me to do that, or the state will not allow me. I would have to get a manufacturing license, and that takes forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The gentleman that I wants me to cooperate with him, he already has a manufacturing kitchen, so
Right.
that's why we were going that route to rent out his kitchen.
Okay.
Um, since he already has a license and I don't have to go through that
Right.
in order for me to produce the juice. Maybe once I get bigger, and it gets really big,
Mm-hmm.
then I can start looking into getting my own manufacturing
Manufacturing license.
license.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Good to know. All right. So yeah. Um, all you need to know is how much money that you actually need for this particular equipment and possibly add a little bit more to that so you can get yourself established in his kitchen and be able to produce more juices and be able to generate more income for your business. So all of that needs to be in a proper business plan. Um, and then possibly a pitch deck if you don't already have it. If you already have it, that's really good. Then we can move forward to going for grants. But for what you're doing for sure, you need a business plan and a pitch deck first. Do you have those already done?
I don't have.
You do not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. So I can write them for you. I charge $300 to do that, or I also have a course that teaches you how to do it using some AI tools. So it's up to you. In an email, what I'm going to do is I'll email you like my price list and what to expect. It's also on my website, but I'll send that information to you. The first step is to do that. And then if you want me to write grants for you, I do have like a tiered system. Um, and but most of my clients, they do like a one-time thing with me, and that's $420 where I write 5 grants for you. But I can write more grants for you for more of a value than the 420. So I'll send that information over in an email as well. You, like I said, you're perfect for grants. You would be really good for it, especially because just speaking from like a community standpoint, like providing juices, healthy, alternatives for drinks and for beverages and for hydration. I mean, juicing is really good for your skin. It's really good in so many different ways, health wise. So even going for like those health type of grants for you being a woman entrepreneur, looking at some of those state and local grant opportunities, you will definitely be in favor of. It's honestly, you are easy peasy to try to get grants for simply because, you are quite community driven and you are already in operations. We just need to have a business plan and a pitch deck and simply go for them. Now, with my grant writing service, also, I want to let you know that I manage the grants as well. So once I have submitted the grant applications, when they come back in your email and they say, hey, we want to know more about your grant or we would like some additional information, I'm also managing that grant all the way up until you win and you would then provide them with the business bank account information to where they can, submit the transfer. So
Okay.
I'm pretty much your entire grant connoisseur. I'm taking care of everything grants. And it's a really great way to go for funding instead of having to go for like an SBA loan or anything like that. Like you said, it did cost you a really great deal of money to get started, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to continue out in debt. So, yeah, this is possibly a really great option for you. While there's no guarantees in winning a grant, because I can't say that as a grant writer, from my experience, 10 years of doing this, your types of businesses from juicing to anything that's health wise, even I've helped like yoga studios who want to incorporate like a healthy meal and do like those what do they call it, prep food. I've helped some of
Yes.
those type of businesses get hundreds of thousands of dollars in grant funding so they can be able to move into gyms like LA Fitness and so much more. So um, yeah, it's not my first rodeo, which is good. That's why I asked so many questions at the beginning so I can know where you currently are. So do you have like any additional questions for me?
No. Well, yes, I do.
Mhm.
So, how much are we looking at as far as you doing the business plan, the pitch,
Mhm.
um, and if I
And
were just, just leave it all in your hands
mhm.
and let you just go ahead and take care of it, I think it's so much easier for me because I am so tied up at the juice bar.
Mhm.
And not only that, I do have another business,
I understand.
but I'm looking into selling that one to help me out because, like I said, it's just so overwhelming.
Okay, I totally understand. So if you want to do a one time where I'm just applying to 5 grants for you, the total amount is $720. So that's $300 for the business plan and pitch deck, and then it's $420 for me to write the 5 grants for you. That's a one and done. But if you want me to consistently write grants for you, where I found it that the consistency is key, then the only spot I have open right now is my tier 2 grant writing subscription, and that is $400 a month. It's $399 a month. So you would pay the $300 for me to do the business plan and the pitch deck. Once that is done, then you would get started with the tier 2 grant writing subscription, which would be the $399. So essentially that will still be like, yeah, like $700 or so. So it's 700, 720 that you would get started. And then I would consistently write grants for you. Now the tier 2 grant writing subscription, I write 15 grants for you on a monthly basis. So that's how that works. And you'll have this information in email so you can review it. I have a lot of clients that they just want to give it a try, one and done. So they would pay the 720. I would write the 5 grants for them. The grants that I choose as well, we get to review them together. So I want to dive deeper into how the service works. For each of my services, rather it's me writing the business plan for you and doing grants for you, it comes with 2 consultations per service. So for the business plan and pitch deck service, we would have a pretty much a business plan questionnaire review. Once you pay the $300, I would email you a confirmation. You would complete a form, send it back to me. You would also book another one of these Zoom calls, and then we would review the questionnaire just to make sure that I have understanding of the reasons for why and how much money we're going for. So this questionnaire is actually going to be very thorough. And it's going to answer all the questions that I need so I can develop a professional business plan for you. Once in 7 days, it takes me 7 days to do your business plan. Once I'm done with your business plan and pitch deck, after 7 days, then you will book a business plan review Zoom so we can review it together and make sure you're satisfied with it. Now, once you're satisfied with the business plan and pitch deck, then we would move to the next step, which is writing the grants for you. And so that grant writing service also comes with 2 consultations as well. And once you have paid the $400 or $420 for me to write the grants for you, then I would send you a grant request form. Essentially it's a Google form, and this is all the business information I would need. And then once you have completed that form, you would book our first grant consultation. In that first grant consultation, after you have submitted the grant form, usually I would already have a list of grants for you that I have already searched for. So in that first consultation, we would go over the 5 grants that I would apply to for you, or the 15 grants I would apply to for you, whichever you decide to sign up with. And we would go through each grant to reassure yourself on what we're going for, and to let me know if you approve of these opportunities that I'm going to be submitting the applications to. And then once you're satisfied, you give me the go ahead. You say, okay, Shelby, I like these grants. I think we have a great chance. Then you give me 7 days to submit these grant applications. And then once I'm all done with submitting the applications, I will send you a confirmation email. We will review, do like a grant debrief. I'll tell you what happened. I will give you then what's called a grant summary list, which is a list of all the grants that I applied to. The application deadline dates are there, and it also has the date that you should check your email. So I'll go over all of what you should expect after I have actually submitted the grants for you. So that's pretty, I know that was a lot I just said, but that's how the service works. Do you have like any questions?
I tried to write everything down as you were speaking.
Trust me, I'm going to send it all in an email so you can like physically see it. So you can physically, because it's a lot, but hey, it's worth the steps for sure. I'm very thorough in what I do because I want to make sure that every step of the way, I'm not only satisfying you and building trust with you, but I am making sure that you are getting the value of what you're paying for. Grants is no 100% guarantee, but it's so worth the try, and you have the perfect business to go for these. So honestly, like I said, I can't say that you're guaranteed, but I really do believe that you would get at least one out of the 5 or 15 that I would apply to, simply because of the type of business you have. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. We can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I can pay for the business plan and all that stuff. And then I can get you that other money too, just so we can really do this.
Okay.
I think I'm at that point where I've been following you for over a year.
Oh, thank you.
But I've never had the courage to say, okay, well, I want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm ready. It's just now that this gentleman wants me to branch out, and other people want me to open different locations for the juice bar. It
It's
it's a lot.
really exciting though. Like the fact that someone like who's already properly established, like honestly, if I was you, like once you get in there, like man, if you can within this week, this is like the best advice I can give you just on like a friend level. Like try to conjure up like a few questions that you can ask him. Like how did you get this far?
Okay.
How did you get these partnerships? Like because he's doing food prep, so you're doing juices. Like there's a way that you can manufacture these juices and be able to nationally get them in the right place, like in the right distribution or in the right places like Walmart and what is it, Whole Foods. Like your juices would be perfect for Whole Foods. So it's like how do you get that big, right? So see if he has those answers, right?
Mhm.
And don't be afraid. Like I'm really like stoked for you. I'm not even gonna lie. This is really good news.
Yeah, I mean, he was very adamant. There is another. It's a food truck and it's a healthy juice
Mhm.
too. But they try approaching him and he said no. He's like, no, I don't. I'm not gonna partner with them. And
Yeah.
he actually came to our shop and said, no, I want you guys. I don't.
Oh, that is see, that's what
So it is amazing.
that's the favor of God right there. You know, that's the favor Esther
Yes,
had
it
in the
is.
Bible.
It is. It is. So like,
Yeah.
we are really truly blessed. You know that people
Yeah.
come to us and ask for that. You know,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. So I'm going
yeah,
to write this email now. It's going to be some information. I'm going to try to keep it as direct as possible, but I'm going to send over the email. In the email, I'm going to pretty much break it down in steps. So it's going to be like, okay, thanks so much, you know, the thank you, and then it's going to be like step 1. Click here to pay the $300 so I can write your business plan. So you would click there,
okay.
pay the Stripe invoice, and then I would rather another one, please. I would rather that you um, we don't get started with grants until I'm done with the business plan. Like, don't pay for the grants now. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you want to, it's all up to you. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. If you want to, and you know for a fact you're ready to go ahead, and you have the means to do it, go ahead and do it. But so the links to pay will be in the email as well. But I would rather us work in steps. So if you're satisfied with one, it will motivate you to go to the next step. You know, so but it's up to you though.
Now, as far as when everything is done, how long do you think it takes
Mhm.
for the grants to complete? And from your experience, as far as okay, so I started the business plan. It's
Mhm.
going to take me about a month, or it's going to take me a couple of weeks
So
before we can actually
yes, see some
see the.
results.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I understand. Business plan and pitch deck, I'll have that done in less than 7 days. Then we'll move to the next step. Majority of the grants that I noticed that are available here in July, we're still at the top of July. Um, you won't know if you are selected until next month. We're talking
Okay.
like mid-August. Once you are selected, depending on your business bank account, you have just generally speaking, you have to give them 7 business days to deposit the funds into your account. So that's just how it works. So we're looking at like late August, early September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And then, um, do once I get the grants, I have to write paperwork to let them know where I spent the grants or what I did with that money.
Absolutely not. You really don't have to do that. That's what I like about grants. Like you don't have to do these like extensive activity logs. That's what's really good. Unless we were going for like a federally funded grant, like through like the SBA, that's when they ask for that. But the SBA doesn't have grants right now, considering who we have in office. He like took so much, like canceled so much money. So we're not going to go for those federal grants. So we don't have to worry about those. We would actually go for grants that are provided by, let's say, what's that place? So Fresh and Fresh Kitchen, Amazon, like different places like that. And then also, I'll look for some state and local funded grants as well. So I'm going to check there first because those are like a higher chance at winning and a higher guarantee. Um, but yeah, so no, you don't have to provide an activity log, but if you will, and like just as a good business owner and just doing it out of good faith, you can definitely keep your receipts and keep an activity log. You know what I mean? This would be good for tax purposes. And also, you can just like, and I'll explain this to you when we're in the process of writing, like doing the grants and stuff. But if you do complete one and we submit it to the grant writers, to the grantors, sorry, and we say, hey, this is what we did with the money you gave us. Like, we really appreciate it. What that does is that increases your chances of approval for the next grant opportunity that they're going to put out there. It's like kind of like personal interest because they know for a fact that you use that money, that grant money, purposefully.
Okay. And then one last question, Shelby.
Mm.
I don't know how much money I should be going for.
Yeah.
Maybe you have an idea because I certainly don't.
Yeah. So I want you to, do you know how to use ChatGPT or like Google and stuff?
I know how to use Google, but
Okay, cool.
I'm not techie savvy.
That's fine. Fine. Google is fine. Google is fine. You know what? Honestly, while I'm in the process of doing your business plan, that's like the market industry research that I actually do on your behalf. That's why you're paying me $300. So I mean, you can do the research yourself, or since you're hiring me, I'll just do it for you, and then I'll explain it to you once I'm done with your business plan. But the least that I need is the name of the equipment. You know what I mean? Like, what's the name of the machine? Like, I would need that information on your business plan questionnaire. I would really need for you to put that on there so I can do the necessary research to know how much it is, how much it costs in your area, like what's the cheapest or the most affordable price for it, and how purposeful it will be so you can take yourself to the next level. So at least give me the name if you know the name.
It's Good Nature.
Okay, good. So yeah, I would like for you to put that on the business plan. Once you pay, I'll send you the questionnaire. Like I said, I'll walk you through all the steps. I'll be texting you. We'll be in like constant communication. So you're not getting rid of me.
Okay.
And so once you pay, and then I send you the link, and then I'll say, okay, please put it here in this space. Just put the name of it. You don't have to be so detailed on the questionnaire. I pretty much understand what you're doing. So yeah, like, you just give me general information, and then I would go and do that research, and then in the business plan I would specify how it will be impactful having this particular equipment.
Okay, I got it. I completely understand.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Once I can go ahead and pay, we can start.
Okay.
Super excited. I really am.
I'm excited for you too. Like, this is freaking awesome. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna say, Lord, thank you so much for being there for my friend. And just be there for her every step of the way. Because while it is nerve-wracking to go to the next level, I mean, it's possibly an overdue blessing. You know what I mean? Like, something that you should have been did a long time ago.
I mean, people have been asking us to open different locations in town, and I'm like, I can't even, pay what I have now. And I said, I can't even think about opening up another location.
Yeah.
And since this gentleman, and it's like simply, his business is Simply Fresh. He does those
Yeah.
meals.
Yeah.
So he approached us. I was like, okay, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean, this
I
might be the
think that it's
opportunity that you need to take on so that way you can generate more money so you can be able to expand. I mean,
okay.
yes, and I think that's what I got out of it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be that. But just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, because while you have some people that, hey, it will come start out good, right? But keep your eyes open, stay professional. Don't build any personal relationships. I don't care how lonely. Like, keep it professional, okay? And
Okay.
ask questions. A closed mouth don't get fed, okay? That is something my grandma used to always say, and it's very important. That means you need to ask questions. That's why I want you to do some real deep thinking this week, and by the end of this weekend, or like, by the end of next weekend, sorry, especially once we're done with the business plan, like, I'm going to ask you, I want to know, like, what questions do you have for this guy? I might even have freaking questions. So it's like, I
Okay.
want you to think of some questions that you can, like, just, start a conversation with him and just like get deeper and start picking his brain. Because this guy is doing like 2,000 meals, or like if he's doing all this big stuff, I mean, gosh, we can only imagine what his monthly income is. So, we want to get to that part.
Yeah,
Huh.
very down to earth gentleman. Very down to earth, and I ask him questions and he'll answer, and he'll let me know, so like, you need a loophole, I can help you. And I'm like, really nice guy, but like you said, keep it professional and pick at his brain and see where it goes from
Keep
there.
it professional. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you, Shelby. I really appreciate you.
Of course, I appreciate you as well, and thank you so much for like just sharing your business and trusting in me to do this for you. I'm here for you. I'm like your business best friend. So like I said, you can't get rid of me now. Stuck with me now. But
I think I see it more of a blessing. Honestly, I do.
I love it. I love it so much. So let me do this email, send it to you. You have my number, so you can text me anytime, and we'll get started. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you soon then.
Yes, we'll talk soon. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, you as well.
Okay. Bye bye.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Oh, we love our friend. Did y'all hear that? Our friend is expanding her business. The Lord ain't don't sometimes I feel like the Lord just too good. Our friend owns a juice bar. She's professionally set up. How I know she's professionally set up? Because her email is not at gmail.com. It's at her company's name. She said she's been subscribed to me for a year. I'm finna get y'all in the chat. I'm finna get y'all in the chat because you seen this conversation, how beautiful this was. I want this for you. I want it for you. You out here messing around. You out here messing around. You need to get serious. I'm coming to y'all in a minute. I'll send her an email in a minute. Let me get to y'all. Let me tend to y'all because I feel like y'all really need my coaching at this moment. Oh, wee. Amen. Okay. So what are y'all saying? Let's see. Hey there, thanks for showing and assisting your audience. Can you kindly share the link to apply for the $1 million grant? Forward Movement, the link is in the description. There you go. It's for tech businesses. Omega, is it Omega or Comega? Hey, Sophisticated Shelby, may I get a bit more information on the grant? I like an affordable mini course. Intuitive speaking, knowingly, it's all about proper wordplay and guidance. Oh, well, guess what, friend? I have you don't have to pay for the course. I give out free game. The game is free. The hustle is sold separately. I have an entire playlist on my YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube channel, go under playlist and click on Grant Masterclass. It's about 5 YouTube videos. They're about 6 to 10 minutes each. And they're very direct, got all this nice transition, all of that stuff that y'all like on this here YouTube. But it's direct information that you need. Each video is going to give you reassurance and clarity on how to be properly prepared for grants and how I was able to win all these grants for 10 years and get a 71% successful grant writing rate. The last video, I actually go over 4 winners, and 2 out of the 4 winners that I go over is actually my personal, like my actual clients. So you get some proof there in the pudding. Okay, so I have a playlist for you. Go ahead and have at it, and make sure you share the playlist with your friends. Okay. Hey, Kenya. Kenya says, I watched in 2020, didn't make enough money to file taxes. This year, I'm going all in full time. When applying for grants, Do I put 2020 or 2025? You would put 2020. The date that you have started and opened up your business bank account is the actual date that your business start operating. A lot of people don't know that. The date that you started your business bank account is the date that you actually start operating. This is according to the business funding world. Going for grants is business funding. Going for accelerator programs is business funding. Going for loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, business funding. In the funding world, the date that you start your business bank account is the actual date of operations. It's the actual date you started your business, not the date that you got your LLC. Okay. So if you got your business bank account and you've had it since 2020, 2020 would be your time that you would say, okay, you're not going to lie, you're going to tell the truth. Grant winning and grant writing, sign me up. Awesome. How do I get in contact to work with you? I have a government contracting company. Awesome. So do you want me to teach your community? What do you want me to do, Realtor J? My information in my website is in the description. I also pinned my website at the top. You can book a one-on-one consultation with me. Just simply click on book a grant call. It'll be there for you. Hey, Patience. How are you? I appreciate you. We appreciate you. I appreciate you guys too. So this was a really good, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm just happy for our friend. I guess I'm really happy for y'all. Let me tell you, because I have my friends, right? God has blessed me so much. I really do have the favor, but y'all don't know the prayers that I put in consistently, not only for myself, but for other people and for y'all too. You understand? And so when I see that my prayers are being answered, I just thank God. You are so good. You are beyond good. You are great. You are awesome. You are the Almighty. It makes me feel so good. I always pray that God brings me the people, the destiny helpers that I need in order for me to take myself to the next level. I'm all the way over here in Africa, and the friends that I have are super high profile. And sometimes I even think to myself, how did this person just fall in my lap and now we just become friends? I told y'all, my best friend is the #2 rice farmer in Nigeria. We can't go anywhere with this guy because people know this guy. You know what I mean? And his wife, bigger than big. Okay. But I thank God that I was able to meet these people and be in favor of them. And I'm able to even be myself around these people. And I want the same feeling and the same vibes for you. How did I get to this place? I had to get over myself. I had to stop allowing myself to feel like I'm not worthy of going to that next level. I had to stop telling myself and allow myself to feel depressed. I had to stop giving excuses and saying, well, I don't have enough money, or my job don't produce enough money, or this and that. I had to stop doing that. And guess what? I had to just strictly prioritize what my dreams was and what I wanted to build on. Period. Sacrifices have to be made. Sacrifices have to be made. And when I made those sacrifices, and as I continue to grow personally and spiritually, I'm telling you, that's how I'm always out here in Africa doing these things. You understand? And consistently praying for y'all who watch me, because hoping that one day it will click, the light bulb will actually turn on in your mind and you'll be like, you know what? I'm really about to do this. Yes, friend, you can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Okay. So shout out to our friend. Shout out to our friend who owns a juice bar. I'll ask her if I can, like, shout her out and like do like a whole post and talk about her maybe tomorrow on our live stream. And just give y'all like an update on like how she's doing and stuff, right? That would be cool. But yeah, my website, you want my website? My website is, I pinned it at the bottom of the chat or at the top, depending on what kind of device you're on. Hey, how's it going? It might be early in the morning for you, but it's about to be 5 o'clock in the evening for me. Nigeria, West Africa is 6 hours ahead. So right now it's 4:38 in the afternoon. You guys are so awesome. So yeah, do we have any last minute questions before I send out this lovely email to this beautiful woman, what questions do y'all have? What questions do you all have? Okay, step 1, step 2, and yeah, this is pretty much everything I have going on. All right, so I'm kind of confused on the legalization. I know there's a difference. What is the process? Wait, you're confused on the apostle and legalism. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, hold on one second, because I'm going to get to your question, because I don't even think I understand the question thoroughly. So let me read it again. Today. Oh, she said she expanding. What? Not the expansion. Not the, oh, I done already started. Whoop de whoop. And I'm about to take this thing to a whole nother level. Not that. Not that our friend who's been following me for 1 year and watching my content for 1 year actually started her business and it's actually flourishing. And now she coming to me like, okay, I got the money now, friend. Let's do this. I need more equipment. Now it's time to scale. Friend, where have you been? I have sent the email. All right. Now you said, I'm kind of confused on the apostle and legalization. I know there's a difference. What is the process? I don't know what, I'm confused. I need you to elaborate a little bit more. Can you break that down for me? I'm here learning and learning. I'll be in touch soon because I'm trying to start my business this year. It don't take all year, you know what I mean? Whenever you're ready to make this thing, make it serious. Get serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're ready to get serious about it. My laptop dying. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do you help people start up LLC properly? Twani says, do you help people start up the LLC properly? So in other words, Do I help you develop the business properly? Absolutely. I'm a small business development coach. So I actually sit down with you, hold your hand, and give you the actual steps. And I consistently, repeatedly tell you over and over and over again until you get it. Okay. So I'm what you call a small business development coach. So I tell you the steps we need to take. You need to get this, you need to do that, how much it costs. And then it's up to you to execute and work along the steps and, do what you need to do. Okay. So, how much does that cost? This is you actually doing the work, and I'm coaching you through it. So it's $50 per consultation. Now, the first consultation is $50. Each consultation is $50, but it's a 45-minute Zoom, and I tell you everything you need to get. If you want me to do everything for you, it's going to cost you more than $800, because in that $800, I got to pay for your LLC, I got to pay for your website, I got to pay for all this stuff. So it's going to cost you money. So you might as well do it all on your own so you can learn how to do it yourself. And also you'll be able to set up any other company on your own without having to pay somebody to do it for you. So it's up to you. Now I could do it for you, but I'll have to know what your business is. So you still have to purchase a one-on-one consultation with me so I can know what type of business you want to get started. We'll dive deep into the idea. I'll tell you what needs to be done, and give you a quote on that. All right, how much it'll cost. All right. Um, Antonio says, I have an LLC and nonprofit for grants for both. I have both. So in other words, are you saying, can you get grants for both? We need proper grammar. Don't be half texting, okay? This is a business. This is a business conversation. We're going to be professional because some of us is your clients in here. Show up for yourself. Now, yes, you can get grants for your for-profit and your nonprofit business. So yes, you can. All right. So our friend says, let me rephrase that. I think you have to know the destination of the country, because that can determine if it's going to be a apostle or the process of legalization. I really have no clue what you're talking about. I think that you're talking about starting a business outside the US, if that's what we're talking about. Either country that you're in, whenever you want to do business in that country, you do have to do a registration. I operate a business here in Abuja, Nigeria. I just simply registered, no different from registering for an LLC in the United States. I don't know where these words come from, these vocabularies, apostle or a process of legalization. I really don't understand. And each country has um, their own like name for their business registration, but ultimately it's a business registration. So I'm not really sure. That's something that I'm not educated on. I wish I had we were in on a Zoom call so I can really have a clear understanding of like what your thought process is behind that and where did you get this information from? Because I would love to know that so I could be able to follow up with that. But yeah, by me being outside the United States, friend, I just registered the company and keep it pushing. That's it. Any last minute questions before we get out of here? My laptop died and it's hot on my lap. This was like a really good, just a really good, the Zoom call was good. Robert, shout out to Robert for giving us a super chat. You know, can you email me information? Ricky says I'm late. Sorry. Can you email me information? No, 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 I can't. I really can't. I can't. Sorry, that means we've been on here for a long time. So what I was saying to 20 was, do you want to learn how to do it, like start your own business, or do you want to just do it yourself? I'm trying to start an LLC landscaping business, and I need funds to buy equipment. If I form an LLC, can I apply? Can I then apply for grants or credit? Yeah, you could. You could. So think about what's the best way that you could start like making money now with your landscaping business, like possibly helping out those clients that already have the lawn equipment, you know what I mean, and renting their lawn equipment or helping them out. So yeah. Hey, I know. Where have you been? I've been on here every day. I don't know where you've been at. I've been here every day. All right, so we've been on here for about 2 hours. Even my mic has went out, so you know what I mean. My laptop's dying, which means I need to move to another space. All this space over here, and ain't got no phone. I have to move over there. So yeah, you have to tap on me. Okay, so every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, I'm on live. I'm on YouTube live. Okay, and yeah, I asked a question, phone rang, and I missed your answer. When can I see the replay? Excuse me. The replay will be on here in 24 hours, so you could be able to see it later tonight or tomorrow. What was your question? Let me go back to it. Oh, you will put that you started in 2020. Whenever you started open up your business bank account is the date that you actually started operating your business. I'm hoping to do this, but don't want to do it incorrectly. Well, I'm using an app called Line Love ID. Like to talk more. Okay, so book a one-on-one consultation with me because I think it's best that we hop on a Zoom call so we can talk more about what the tools you're using, how to get yourself started, and what's the best way to start operating and to start making money today. Most people, especially with your type of service-based businesses, think that you need funding right now so you can buy the equipment and all of that stuff. But really what it's all about is actually starting to build trust with a client or with clients and building your name first so that way you can start generating the revenue and have some sort of revenue coming in while you're applying to grants or whatever funding. And that way the equipment that you get, it'll be useful. Ain't no sense of you buying one of those big lawnmowers where you have to use or the big John Deere lawnmowers when you don't even have the type of clientele that has that type of land. You understand? So I think that it's best that we talk in a one-on-one consultation. It's just $50. It's worth it. The link is pinned down at the bottom. You can visit superchargemybusiness.com. You can also click the link in my description of this video, and it'll take you directly there. Okay. But I think you having, and us, it's pretty much a business coaching, right? When you are starting a business, I highly recommend that you do a small business development coaching with a small business development coach like myself. I win grants, millions of dollars. I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. I'm not new to entrepreneurship. I'm true to this, okay? And you all most likely probably came in at the end, but you see that I'm getting bookings, calls, and also I'm in Africa. I've been able to scale myself so far to where I'm actually writing grants globally and developing grant programs for other African governments. I'm nothing small. I'm nothing small, respectfully. And I'm not saying this out of pride. I'm saying this with confidence and saying that you can get to this level too, for sure. And I want to be able to help you get there. Okay, so it's $50. The link is in the description. Ricky says I'll check the replay. Cool. It's 2 hours, but shout out to you, friend. Okay, or just join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. 9 a.m. Eastern time. 9 a.m. 9 in the morning. Every morning at 9 a.m. I'll be on here tomorrow. Okay. Are you knowledgeable about business credit cards? What would you recommend? I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. That's the best way I can say. Mm-hmm. I don't talk about debt on my channel, friend. I think you should know that by now. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. You have people out here that started their business out with an SBA loan of $200,000 and now they paying it back and they is screaming right now, crying, shaking in their boots. I hate them. I don't recommend nobody going for any type of credit. None of that stuff. I don't talk about it. I don't promote it. I didn't talk about nobody funding company. Why? We can go for grants. You understand? You gotta build your business credit, build your personal credit, just for them to run your credit, which will drive your credit numbers down. Then you gotta provide them with your name, date of birth, address, social, where you work at, how you working, just for them to tell you, deny you, or to tell you, okay, we'll give you the money with 15, 20% interest. I'm not a fool. I know my worth, and it ain't that. I was asking because it seems like an easier way to get money for your business than waiting on grants. That's why, but I for you. It's not easy. You putting your personal information into a possible cyber breach. That's not easy. You allowing these people to log into your debit bank accounts. That's not easy. There's no diverse equity inclusion. So by you being a black woman, no, your denial rate is going to be much higher. It's not easy. It seems like it's easier because you see so many people that's paying for ads, Instagram ads, talking about how you can get a business loan without no credit or whatever the case may be. Y'all can follow behind y'all can follow behind them PPP people if y'all want to. No, thank you. Do you have any experience with people in the U.S.? Yes, I do. I'm actually Black American. To get LLC started and could get me all I would need to start and get up and doing and break down step by step for me on a 101. Yeah, Twani, I know that you're new here, so welcome in, friend. I've had this dedicated YouTube channel for 6 years, and I teach you all about small business development and especially grants. Most people see me talking about grants. Majority of my clients are from the U.S. I might have scaled myself, and now I live in Africa. However, I do come back to the U.S. I'm from Miami, Florida, and my business is based out of Miami, Florida. So majority of my clients come from the U.S. So when I'm talking about these grants, I'm really talking about business grants and stuff for y'all over there in the U.S. I just decided to take the necessary opportunities that God has before me and travel the world and help other people internationally. But a majority of my clients come from the U.S., okay? And my business is based out of Miami. I'm from Miami. You don't hear this American accent. You don't hear this black girl accent. Y'all right? I'm just playing friend. But yeah, I can give you step by step. Will you talk wedding details again? I really want to come. Yeah, that's coming soon. I'm actually in the process of interviewing some wedding planners because this will be the extravagant wedding of 2026. Because we have some really big governmental people that are going to be at this wedding, and I can't let them down either. So, yes. Yeah, we'll probably have that conversation tomorrow. Okay, cool. We'll have that conversation tomorrow. The link is in the description, you guys, or you can visit superchargemybusiness.com. Superchargemybusiness.com. He said, wait, are you really inviting us to your wedding for real? Yeah. I'm pretty sure y'all want to experience what Africa is like. Like via Zoom, or can we fly out? No, like you fly out here. There will be a inquiry form that you will have to, like a RSVP that you will have to complete. So I'm going to put it as a community post. You would click that link and you will RSVP. And then once you RSVP, then you will be in my email list, and then you will be consistently updated on when you like the things you need to get done, like the steps, like getting your passport, getting the visa, doing this, your accommodations, where you're going to be staying at. I have a specific hotel for my followers and then a specific hotel for family. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually serious about that. I'm not like, I wasn't kidding. Hmm. Why wouldn't I? Like, I want everybody to experience what the motherland is like. I'm coming, God willing. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, join me in Africa for my big African wedding. This is gonna be so lit, super lit. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let you go for the rest of the day. It is 5 p.m. Eastern time, West Africa time. 5 p.m. for me, but it's probably just y'all probably just getting y'all day started. Twani said, sorry, I get disconnected. Okay, visit superchargemybusiness.com. Book a consultation with me. It's going to be worth it, Twani. I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, friend? Same time tomorrow, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you join me and turn on push notifications on my YouTube channel so that way you won't miss out when I go live on YouTube. We're going to continue our good business development conversation and any questions that you might have that come up throughout the day, okay? You'll be there. And booking is located in your description. Yes, it is. The steps actually are inside of the description, okay? Once you go through the description, I'll kind of show you here. Let me see if I can show you. Once you go through the description, you can't really see, but it'll have the steps and everything there for you, okay? Cool. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and blessings. I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, okay? Bye-bye for now.